transactions method, we used to make the column of date, particulars, then again due date, then number of days, then amount, and then interest. How we used to count the interest? Amount into rate of interest divided by 100 into number of days divided by 365. Now, instead of interest, we'll make the column of product. Instead of interest, we'll make the column of product. Product is amount into number of days. And the benefit of this method is, if there are 8 transactions, then how many times we used to count the interest? 8 times. Here we have to count interest only one time at the end. So in exams, if nothing is mentioned, it is advisable that you do it by which method? Balance of product method. Because in individual transaction method, every time you have to count interest, and here we have to count it only one time at the end. What you shall do is, first at the end, we will do the balance of product column. First at the end, we will do the balance of product column. And then directly we will count interest on balance of product amount. Interest will be directly calculated on the amount of balance of product. Did everyone understand this? Any confusion so far? Then same procedure. Whatever interest you count on balance of product, write it on the opposite side, amount column, and then do the balance of amount column. The only difference, in earlier method, interest was counted each time. Here interest will be counted only one time at the end. Did everyone understand this? So, look at page number 72, rather 73. B point, preparation of account current by balance of product method. The procedure of preparing the account current by or under this method is almost similar to the above method discussed. In this method, the interest column of previous method is replaced by products for one day. Generally, the following steps are followed. Write down the heading of account just as the previous method. So if A renders account to B, what heading would you give? B account current with A. Now see the columns. Date, particulars, due date, days amount, and then last column instead of interest becomes product. And on the credit side also same columns. Third step, record each transaction in the appropriate side in usual manner. Will be passing the journal entries, and if the B's account is debited, then write on the debit side, credited, then write on the credit side. Insert the due date of each transaction. If no date is given, then date of transaction itself will be taken as due date. Calculate the number of days from the due date of each transaction to the date of rendering the account and insert it in the days column. All these steps are same. Now calculate the product of each transaction by multiplying the days with amount and insert it in the product. Now instead of counting interest, we'll be counting product. Then find out the balance, either debit or credit, of products of two sides. So first we'll balance which column? Like we used to balance interest column, product column. So again, as I said, interest now you'll count only one time. See that? Calculate the interest with the help of formula given below. Interest equals to balance of product into 1 upon 365. Why 1? Because how did you count the product? How did you count product? Amount into number of days. So in product, is it already multiplied by number of days or not? Therefore now you will simply do 1 upon 365. Normally what do we do? Amount into rate of interest upon 100 into number of days upon 365. What is that amount into number of days? Product. So now directly you do product upon 365. Okay, I'll write it so it becomes clear. How do you count the interest normally? Amount into number of days divided by into rate of interest upon. Now what is this amount into number of days? So now what will you do? Product into 1 upon 365 into rate of interest upon 100. Did everyone understand this? Any confusion with this? Then insert this interest in the amount column on the side other than on which the balance of product appears, opposite side. If balance appears on debit side product, then write interest on amount of credit side, opposite side. And credit side product appears, then debit side. Lastly, bring down the balance of amount column. Did everyone understand this? So look at page number 75. Question number 6. Balance of product method. Do you find it? So I am solving this question. Then what you shall be doing is, last lecture we solved one question by individual transaction, two questions by individual transaction method. That itself I want to repeat by product balance of product method. Reason: answer should come same. Final answer you will verify by that method also comes same or not. And this question which we are doing by balance of product method, you repeat by interest, individual transaction. And again you verify whether answer comes same or not. Got it, everyone? So look at question 6. Krishna had the following transactions with Gopal. Now is it given who has rendered the account to whom? No. First transaction. Opening balance underlying due to Krishna. Okay. Now at the end it is missing, I think. Write it down. Prepare account current. That is the main question at the end. Prepare account current to be rendered by. Prepare account current to be rendered by Krishna to Gopal. Means we will make in whose books? Krishna's books. What heading you will? Gopal in account current with Krishna. Here will make Gopal's account. Okay. And also write on the date on 30th June 2016. On 30th June 2016. Calculating interest at the rate of 10% per annum. Meet, open the curtains. Ashutosh. Did you understand this? So one question we'll understand by this method and not take much time to solve. Thereafter, homework only, then we'll see what is to be done. Make the formats. Question 6. Yes, I'll start with it. Be attentive. Understand the things? Opening balance. Did you underline due to Krishna? Yes. Now listen, we have to see from the point of view of Krishna, because we are making account in the books of Krishna and we are making Gopal's account. Now due, silence everyone. Due to Krishna means for Krishna. Is it receivable or payable? Any amount due to Krishna. There are two languages possible, due to or due by. Here when they say due to Krishna means for Krishna, we will see from Krishna's point of view. So for Krishna, is it receivable or payable? Receivable. Receivable. We have to see from the point of view of Krishna. Okay. Receivable will have debit balance. So this balance will write it on the debit side. Did everyone understand this? And generally remember, account current will have debit balance only, because who will render the account to whom? Creditor will render the account to debtor. Means Krishna would be the creditor, Gopal would be the debtor. So generally it would have debit balance until the debtor has paid any advance. We studied in reading of ledger account. Then it can have credit balance also. Okay. So go through the language properly. If not able to understand, then write debit income 99%, it will be right only. Is everyone clear with it? So write on the debit side, 1st January 2016 to balance brought down. For opening balance, the due date will remain same. And if you remember, we discussed in the last lecture that in opening balance only you'll include 1st January also. In other days, we directly count the difference. We have to count the number of days from 1st January to 30th June. So do it. 31 days of January. Here we will include 1 January also. Okay, in opening balance will include it. 31 days of January plus 28 days of February, so 59, plus 31 days of March, 90, plus 30 days of April, 120, plus 31 days of May, 151, plus
29 days. Okay.
yes, 2016 is a leap year, so add one more day, plus 30 days of June, 182 days. Did you all understand this? 29 days of February because 2016 is a leap year. Now amount is given as 500. So do 500 into 182. 91,000. Did everyone understand this? Next. 4th February 2016, yes, silence, sold goods to Gopal. So Gopal is the receiver, debit the receiver, Gopal account debit, goods goes out, credit what goes out to sales account, Gopal account debit to sales. Now Gopal account debit, so we'll write on
Debit side.
4th February 2016 to sales account. In Gopal, you'll never write to Gopal. Okay, debit side to sales account. No credit period is given, so due date is 4th February itself. Now 4th February will not be included. So do it 29 minus 4. 25 days of February. Then do plus 31 days of March. Plus 30 days of April. Plus 31 days of May. Plus 30 days of June. 147. Did you understand this? Yes, who is talking in between? Please maintain silence. Pooja. Amount is 1000 into 147, so 1,47,000. Clear up till here?
Yes, sir.
Next. 15th March 2016. Purchased goods from Gopal. So goods comes in, debit what comes in, purchase account debit. Gopal is the giver, credit the giver to Gopal account. To Gopal account, so in Gopal will write on credit side. The date is 15th March 2016. Opposite account by purchases account. No credit period is given, so again due date will be 15th March 2016. Number of days. Now do 31 minus 15 days of March, so 16, plus 30 days of April, plus 31 days of May, plus 30 days of June. 107. Is everyone able to understand this? Amount is 300. 300 into 107, 32,100. Any doubts? Next. April 20, 2016. Received acceptance from Gopal for the bill dated April 15, payable 1 month after date. And then received acceptance from Gopal. Means who has accepted? Krishna or Gopal?
Krishna.
Acceptance from Gopal. Gopal has accepted. Okay? Means for Gopal it is bills payable, but for Krishna it is bills
Receivable.
Did you understand this?
Yes.
So, what will be the journal entry if bills receivable are received? Bills receivable comes in, debit what comes in, bills receivable account debit. Gopal is the giver, credit the giver to Gopal. Once again, to recollect with you, last 2 years we have been doing it. Whosoever draws the bill For him it is bills receivable. Whosoever draws the bill, for him it is bills receivable. Whosoever accepts the bill, for him it is bills payable. Here acceptance from Gopal means for Gopal it is bills payable. But we have to see from whose point of view? For Krishna it is bills receivable. Understood this? Acceptance from Gopal, Gopal has accepted, so for Gopal it is bills payable, but we have to see from the point of view of Krishna. For Krishna it is bills receivable. So bills receivable comes in debit. What comes in bills receivable account? Debit. Gopal is the giver, credit the giver to Gopal account. Any doubt in this? To Gopal, so we'll write it on credit side. The date is 24/16. Opposite account by bills receivable account. Now here it's given 1 month and then after date. What was the relevance after sight, after date? After date, then date of drawing. DD. And after sight, then date of acceptance. Now 20th April, Gopal has accepted, received acceptance from Gopal. Now bill was dated 15th April. Means Krishna would have drawn the bill on 15th April and after 5 days, Gopal has accepted and returned on 20th April. Able to understand this? We have received acceptance from Gopal on 20th April. So 20th April is the date of acceptance. And Krishna sent the bill on 15th April. So what was the date of drawing the bill? 15th. After date means we have to add in the date of drawing. 15th April plus 1 month. 15th May plus 3 days of grace. 18th May. Due date will be 18th May 2016. Did you all understand this? Any doubts so far? Why not 23rd May? Did you understand it? If it is after sight, then you would have done 20th April plus 1 month plus 3 days. After date, so we have done with date of drawings. Okay? Show this somewhere, otherwise you get confused. Why we have taken so? 15th April plus 1 month plus 3 days. Since it is after, okay, since the bill is after, any confusions?
No, sir.
Now May has how many days? 31. Do 31 minus 18, that is 13 days of May, plus 30 days of June, 43. Amount is 400 into 43, 17,200. 17,200. Did you understand this? Anyone having any doubt in it? And the last one. 15th May paid cash to Gopal. Gopal is the receiver. Debit the receiver. Gopal account debit. Cash goes out. Credit what goes out to cash account. Gopal account debit. So in Gopal account we write on debit side 15/5/16 to cash account. Due date also 15/5/16. Now 15/5, so do 31 minus 15, 16 days of May plus 30 days of June, so 46 days. Amount is 300. 46 into 300, 13,800. So up till here it's as usual we have been doing in other questions. The only thing instead of interest we count product. So every time we don't have to count the interest. Now first we will do the balance of product column. Okay, first we will do the balance of product column. Which product looks more? Debit side. 251,800. minus 3200 minus 17200, 202 500, date 3616 by balance of product. Understood this? Any doubt in it? Now, we'll count interest on balance of product and write it on the amount column of opposite side. So opposite side, anyone still writing with balance of product? Opposite side, write 3616 to interest on balance of product. Okay, we'll count interest on balance of product. Now, as we discussed the formula, balance of product 2,02,500 into what is the rate of interest? 10%, 10 upon 100 into 1 upon 365. Because in counting the product, number of days are already multiplied. Did you understand this? So this labor decreases. Instead of counting the interest every time, only one time. What does it come to? 2,02,500 into 10% into 1 upon 365? 55.47. Write it in the amount column. Sorry, product column, amount column.
366 में आएगा.
Yes, 366. So 55 point how much? Leap years to divide by 366.
कुछ भी लिख लो.
55 point. After 3 2, what is the next digit? So 3 3. Did you understand this? Now do the balance of amount column. Which amount column looks more? Debit side amount column looks more. 1855.33 minus 700, so 1155.33, 3616 by balance carried down. Did you all understand this?
Yes, sir.
So what you are supposed to do for tomorrow is this question 6, you have to solve by individual transaction method and see whether your amount comes same or not. Means instead of product, same question, now you make the column of interest, and final balance of amount and interest should come same. And questions 7 and 8, not 7 and 8, sorry, 9 and 10, which we did earlier in the last lecture, by individual transaction method, that you solve by balance of product method. And again you verify whether your answer comes same or 8 and 9. 8 and 9, not 9 and 10. Got it, everyone? So we'll keep that for all today.
Thank you.